93% of the function of DNA is light and sound reception and transmission. So bring on the solar flares. It's time for upgrades, light warriors. How's everyone doing? It's good to see everyone. Well, we're being bombarded with some solar activity, and we're seeing this in the Schumann Resonance. I guess we're going sideways now, right? Have you seen the horizontal lines? Of course you did. They're in the thumbnail, right? So we're seeing these horizontal lines. Usually they form vertically. So, you know, we could see a big change, and not everything is just the sheer power, right? So sometimes we're here, we say, oh, it's power, 500, But when we see these interesting developments in the Schumann Resonance, like today we see horizontal lines and the red, which represents density blockages. And there's many density blockages because this matrix that we're all living in is collapsing. And a lot of this galactic energy, solar energy, is helping to remove the matrix. And, we're going to have a lot of symptoms. We're going to have a lot of experiences when we get a lot of activity from the sun. So we had 2 CMEs, and one of them already hit, and the other one's coming. So we already see the first one. So I guess the good thing about that is I might be back on tomorrow with another Schumann Resonance update. So hooray! We'll see how it goes. So, but the first one hit us, and we see that in the Schumann Resonance. It doesn't move at the speed of light. It takes a few days. And one of the symptoms, sentient symptoms, when this solar activity comes to the earth, you might be feeling like a time period of heat, and you might have, always listen to your body, the desire to hydrate even more. So I don't know, maybe you're experiencing that symptom. You could share it in the chat. During this time, we should always be hydrating, get that alkaline water, but especially during this time period, because our DNA is much more than we were led to believe. When these energies come in, it's working overtime. So we're going to have to constantly hydrate. It's going to allow this process to settle in a lot easier, right? Ride the wave. That's all we could do, is ride these waves. It's a lot bigger than all of us. So we have a lot planned for tonight. Just giving another minute for a few more that want to join the live chat. Who doesn't want to join the live, right? It's so much better when we're all together, right? So, but, when we start to piece together all the breadcrumbs, we start to see the bigger picture. And today we can see that bigger picture by looking at these horizontal lines in the Schumann Resonance. So I'm going to go through this. If you're maybe watching for the first time, I go through when we do a live stream what the message is, and then we'll get into some overtime later. I have a lot to discuss about my recent adventure this weekend. I know you guys like that new spot, so we'll talk about that as well. And let's enter the 5th dimension. Hello, everyone. I am Michael, and I help guide people on the evolutionary journey. So we're seeing horizontal lines in the Schumann Resonance. They're supposed to go vertical, but we could clearly see them going horizontal right now. So we see this big change. Energy is the ability to cause change. So we're seeing the whole Schumann Resonance going sideways. It's 2021. I guess we're going sideways now, right? Nobody knows what's going on right now. So, but the sideways lines are also enveloped within red density blockages. When you see the red, it represents density blockages in the Schumann resonance. So these energies are removing blockages in the magnetic field of Earth. And the Schumann resonance is connected to human consciousness. We're all broadcasting into this cavity. So since we're all connected, the Schumann resonance will expand or change human consciousness, and humans can also affect the Schumann resonance. But in this case, we see it line up with these solar flares. So the sun is in a time period of solar flares right now. Here it comes, light warriors. And we had 2 CMEs back to back. So the first one already hit. We see horizontal lines in the Schumann resonance, and this can cause change. But this is very strong, this solar activity right now. And the magnetic complexity required for a solar spot, and then to have that solar spot line up exactly in the path for a direct hit to the Earth, it's very rare. So a solar super flare can cause great change on the planet. And we start to see how everything begins to connect. I see a very interesting synchronicity. When we look back at the horizontal magnetic field of the Carrington event of 1859. The Carrington event of 1859 is the largest geomagnetic storm on record, and it knocked out, at the time, all telegraph systems. So think of the world that we live in now. The solar storm of 2012 was of similar magnitude to the Carrington event, but it missed the Earth's orbit. When we see this, we could understand the 3 days of darkness. The 3 days of darkness is needed, a shutdown, so that the world can cleanse. 3 days of darkness. And if people in this world won't give us 3 days of darkness, God will give us 3 days of darkness. God can produce miracles in 3 days. With 3 days of everything down, people will be able to disconnect from the matrix, the archon reality, and they'll be able to see clearly. Know thyself and know the authentic truth. When we look at the Carrington event of 1859 and we see horizontal magnetic field and we see horizontal lines in the Schumann resonance, we see the correlation and what can this energy bring for all of us. Things could happen physically. People can cause change, but still, energy is the ability to cause change. Regardless of what you want to look at it as, 3 days of darkness can be given to us so that God can work miracles. Big changes in your life can happen in 3 days. Always remember that, light warriors. You're 3 days away from a miracle. So during this time period, you might reflect and you might feel a lot of heat in the body at certain time periods, maybe not for the entire day, and the urge to drink more water. I'll do it right now. All of these energies are connected. There are no such things as coincidences, only synchronicities. A lot of you have been on the journey, all of us together, for a while. And we see the Schumann Resonance. I've been sharing the Schumann Resonance for 2 years now. Look at those horizontal lines. Does that look normal to you? We know the homeostasis of energy, like within our body, but just like our bodies, our world, the energy sometimes can go sideways. And we literally are seeing this in the Schumann Resonance right now. We see these horizontal lines and enveloped with red density blockages. Remember that we're clearing dense energies of thousands of years. We also must remember that free will is the law of the universe. And we also know that the great solar flash will knock out all lower vibrations so that our people will be free. A prison that you cannot see, taste, or touch. A prison of consciousness. This will all be cleared out with energy. We sit back and we see these synchronicities. I know this might be different, but I'm here for this mission. You know it. Look at those horizontal lines, and we see this solar energy roaring up right now. We're seeing the correlation of earthquakes and volcanism. We all know now is the time. Sometimes we could, close our eyes, but we know now is the time. But it's not a time for fear. Fear is the satanic vibration. This is time for joy, because this matrix is collapsing, and we're doing it collectively. Each and every one of you, along with myself, everything is magnetic. Everything is magnetic. And we remember Tesla, and we put it all together and finish the job. In the universe, there is a core from which we obtain knowledge, strength, and inspiration. And we all have another core. It resides right here. So if we all focus our energy, we will cause change. Energy is the ability to cause change. This energy resides in all of you, and it resides within your DNA. When you see these spikes in the Schumann resonance, and sometimes it's woo, it's a bit much with the ascension symptoms. Never forget it, light warriors. 93% of the function of DNA is light and sound reception and transmission. We're all in this together, and we're creating the new earth together. The veil is falling. I shared with you a long time. It's not like a physical veil. We're not going to cut like a thing, right? Fold it down. It's consciousness. Everything has been hidden. And now we're seeing the truth. Light is information. Light is information. And we need to start expanding. That light is not only visible light. There are many lights within the electromagnetic spectrum. They're part of our world. And you better believe it, they're part of our everyday lives. I had to get it in there. It's an important time period, and we're serving. And we're going to need the greatest power in the universe to get this mission completed. The power of authenticity. As my Nana once taught me, there's a time for this and a time for that. Collectively, we're going to use these energies and we're going to cause the change. So sit back. We're in the middle of the greatest show in the universe. And we're all going to take back control of our everyday lives. And so it is. All right, Light Warriors. How was that one? As you can see, I'm really needing the water tonight. I already went through the glass. But you might be feeling it now. You might be feeling, oh, geez, I don't know why I'm so thirsty, right? But this electromagnetic energy, it courses through us. It's going to affect us. And we have to really start to think differently about our DNA and DNA activation. It's not just some spiritual term. These are things that are actually happening now. And we're all going through these shifts. And that's why it's very important. I appreciate all the kind words. I love you all. It's very important to protect your DNA. Protect your DNA because it's going to dictate your life. And we want to always look at our health. We look at our physical health, our mental health. We look at neuroplasticity. We look at epigenetics. You might be new to this and you just stumbled across this message and you might not have heard of some of these things. But when we look at the authentic reality and epigenetics, are the traits on or off, turned on or off? Are we in control of turning the traits on or off? DNA activation, energy from the sun, energy from galactic places beyond our sun. All these energies are going to affect us. And nothing can stop this. You can't stop these energies. You could run, but you can't hide. Can't run, can't do anything. Goes right through the wall, right? Sometimes we think, just in terms of, you get a little shade. These energies go through everything. And they go through the earth itself. And that's why during these spikes, we experience more volcanism and more earthquakes because these energies pass right through. And this energy is building up and has to be released. It could happen within our world. It could happen within our body as well. And that's why we see these ascension symptoms during these time periods. So I don't know how much you felt so far, but supposedly we're going to get a second round of this solar flare coming in, and we'll see how the rest of this week goes. It's important to go within and remember that these energies dictate everything. So always, when you're conscious of them, when you're unconscious, you don't know what to do. You don't understand, why do I feel this way, right? We want to be able to navigate because we can't stop it. Maybe we could bring it, but we can't stop it. So this reality is upgrading no matter what. So it's best to upgrade with the world, right? So that if the Schumann Resonance is changing, we all live here, so we have to change as well. So I hope that this was helpful for all of you. And I hope that you enjoyed the trip that we all took. I take you to all the nice spots, right, Light Warriors? So it was interesting seeing all those ships, and I told you I was collecting some stones, and some of you asked me about the stones. So here's a few of them that I found. I always keep my promises, right? So very interesting what you find at some of these places here. These are just a few of them that I found. So I promised I would share. So this one was kind of cool. So, and then this one here. Oh, and then I'll tell you another funny story. This one was interesting. But yeah, I don't know. There's almost like a little pink in there. But yeah, it was funny, and maybe some of you know this better than I do. But when I was by the water, and I was looking for the stones. Tammy, thank you very much. I appreciate it. I will keep it up. That looks like me coming back. I'm coming back. So I was looking in the stone, for the stones, and I don't know. I almost saw like purple and pink lines, but I've seen purple before when I look at the sun. But I definitely noticed that I was seeing pink. But I noticed I thought it was on some of the stones, but then it was going through everything. So that was interesting. I know a lot of you you see auras and you see things that I don't see, but every once in a while I get a little taste of something. So it's yeah, these were cool. I got a few more too. So they're good. Have a little area. So we'll keep piling them up, and I appreciate that. It's my honor. We really need to understand that, this is it. This is it. So, don't hold back. A lot of people, like in the beginning, when I even talked about the Schumann Resonance, that I started teaching all these interesting things, all these different things that might not be so mainstream or whatever you want to call it. And you have to have the courage to do it. And you say, why do you teach all these things, even though they might not be so popular, and you might get some ridicule and all those things, I have a big set of stones. It's a science joke. You have to keep moving forward and speak your truth, and don't worry about what they have to say. Don't worry about it. Just keep going. And look how much we've grown. You're going to come across it all the time, because it's it's a difference in, at least you laugh at my jokes. It's a difference in frequencies, right? You got to bring all the energies, right? Bring all the energies. So you have to plant your feet firmly. And, I started sharing Schumann Resonance before, and, talked about what the Schumann Resonance was. And maybe some people weren't, very interested at that time, but I saw the bigger picture, and I shared this with you. I'm not only thinking about tomorrow's video, which hopefully we'll meet again, because there's supposed to be another one coming in. We'll have another spike, and we'll do this all over again. I'm thinking about the video I'm going to do 2 years from now. And here I am 2 years later. Source Healing, thank you very much. Blessings to you too, Heather Jean. I love you. I appreciate that. I appreciate all of you. I appreciate your attention, the currency of the universe. And I'm showing people what a 5D reality, community, a positive feedback loop, whatever you want to call it. I'm showing what it's all about. because the narcissistic vibration is crumbling. And we'll do this together. That's why we say on the journey together. Not that other F word, whatever that is. You all know. Remember, consciousness is embedded in language. No more false idols. Now we have family. And you're all my family. And, you know, we're all in this. We're taking this journey, and, you know, it might be a little lonely. And, you know, you guys make this wonderful to wake up, and, you know, the creativity has grown so much. And, you know, we just keep sharing every single day. And, you know, I'm working on my craft. So I could sit back and I start to see the connections from everything that I've studied. And you need to be a practitioner. That's what I am. You'll see maybe some people, right? You see them out there. They look all fancy, right? But what they are theorists. They just talk and regurgitate. Practice what you preach. Be a practitioner. That's why I go out there. That's why I go out in the snow. Some of you like that. You'll laugh at me standing in the snow because I don't like the snow, but I did it anyway. So remember that in this time period, you know, we don't want to trust blindly. We know changes are happening, but we have to keep putting it out there. And that's why we did our mass meditation the other day, and we're going to keep on going and doing all these different things. Skyheart, thank you very much. I appreciate you. I like that, Skyheart. I appreciate all of you. Thank you. So, yeah, everything will be exposed in the light. Don't talk about it. Be about it. And that's why I stand here with a knowing that many of you can see everything about me. And Bridget, those people, that's why they're having a hard time right now, because everyone is seeing clearly now. Everything is in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. And for many years in the Matrix, beings would just talk with words. And if this seems interesting to you, what I'm sharing right now, you should look at the work of Dr. Bruce Lipton. And he said language was designed to hide feelings because we could hear the energy behind the words. And we know what the authentic truth is and who resonates with us and what resonates with us. Maggie, thank you very much. I appreciate you. Thanks for being you. I'll always be me. I'll always be me. Don't have to care about any. It's a beautiful place to be when you just don't give a shift. If you want to learn how to live your life without giving a shift about everything so you could improve everything, it's on the channel page. You should check that out. A lot of people enjoyed that one because, you know, you want to create, and I already know because many of you shared with me that through this, what I share, I inspired you to create. So we're going to keep passing it forward. And I encourage you to create what you want to be known for, not what's popular. Schumann Resonance was not popular. Look at how many people are here right now. Look at it, Light Warriors. You see, I told you. And just be yourself. And just be yourself. And then everything will just fall into place. So I appreciate all of you. And I hope that this update was helpful. If you've stumbled across this message, if this is the first time, I appreciate if you did all these things because it helps the algorithms, you know, smash the like button, smash, right? And subscribe and click the bell next to subscribe and select all. A lot of you also said you don't get the updates sometimes. You have to click all next to the bell. There's 45 steps. I understand, but if this resonates with you, I appreciate that. And every time we put something up, you'll get that that update. And it's my honor to do this, because what are we gonna have if we just all lay down? We didn't come here to lay down. We came here to live the life that we deserve. We're going to create the reality that we deserve. And this matrix will crumble. And so it is. So this was a lot of fun tonight. I appreciate all of you. We'll see what the next 24 hours holds for us. Professor, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Like Professor X, I appreciate that very much. Always give thanks to your mentors. And if they're your mom and dad, they make you believe in yourself. That's what my father taught me. Always taught me to believe in myself. And that's why I'm still here. I'm still here. And I didn't do the most popular thing, but I did the authentic thing, and I did the right thing, and we're still going forward. And I appreciate when you all share and you do all these things, and write down how you feel in the comments when these ascension symptoms happen, because you're going to give comfort, right? Even physical health and mental health are connected. When people don't know why do I feel weird? Why do I feel weird? And then they see, in the comments, 7 other people wrote the same ascension symptom, right? Like, and if you just came into the world famous live stream right now, if you're feeling like, waves of heat and the desire or the need to drink more, and you say, oh, I'm feeling that as well. So, we need to start thinking a little bit different about these energies and just keep moving forward. I appreciate all of you. And if you stumbled across this message, if you find this message interesting and you would like to learn more about our reality in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration, why don't you click subscribe, give the video a like so it becomes visible to more people. And please share with one other person, because if we all share with one other person, we will rapidly grow our 5D community. We could really double in a month, It's possible. Anything's possible. And we're going to keep putting it out there. The electromagnetic signature in this universe, in the ether, Nikola Tesla. So I appreciate all of you. If you're new, and maybe even if you missed some things, I talked about creating your reality in the vortex recently. I have a lot of interesting messages that will be helpful, and we try to share them for every person's everyday life, because every one of our experiences is different. We're all different, but we're all serving together. Because when the earth is ravaged and the animals are dying, a new tribe of people will come onto the earth from many colors, classes, creeds, and whom by their actions and deeds will make the earth green again. They will be known as the warriors of the rainbow. Hopi prophecy, rainbow warriors. Let's get it done. Don't worry about what's going on out there. I know the world seems crazy, light warriors, but there's nothing out there to fear. You know why? Of course you do. We cannot control what is around us. However, we can control from within. Be conscious of the Schumann Resonance and solar flares activating the new earth. Use this to raise your vibration and increase your electromagnetism. Life is so much better when we are all together. If you find this message inspiring or know someone that could benefit from it, please share this message. Dear ones, I am Michael. Find us in the 5th dimension Have a wonderful day living your everyday life. I appreciate you all. Let's see how the next 24 hours play out. And just like the water, we're going to flow. So we'll see what's ahead, what's in store for all of us. I love you all. I hope this message was helpful for all of you. Have a great day. Namaste. All right. See you later. Flow on. Maybe soon, Sophia. I know another full moon's coming. Oh, yeah. Appreciate all of you.